Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a solar panel from a Caravan, I believe, and we're going to see if we can fix it. Now, this was dropped off to my shop recently, well actually a while back. It's been in my carport and it's been getting in the road. The guy said it didn't work. We're going to test it in a minute and see if it does anything. And I have done a little bit of checking and it may be an easy fix. Now, let me just premise this video by saying this is the first time I've ever picked up a solar panel. I don't know nothing about them, but that's never stopped me before. Let's see if we can sort it out. It's a decent sized panel. It looks to be in pretty good cosmetic condition, but I don't know anything about it otherwise. I don't even know what wattage or power it is. I assume it's not super large because he said he had it on his Caravan and it just stopped working. So we thought we might investigate it. I took it off him because it was a weak moment and he was going to take it to the tip, and I thought, well, surely I can save it, or let's learn something about it. First thing I'm going to do is take it outside. It is cloudy at the moment, but we should still get some sort of reading off it, see if it generates any voltage at all. Now, it's overcast today and it was actually slightly raining before, so it's not the best day, I guess, to check a solar panel. It looks pretty clean on the back. It's got a little junction box here. There's no stickers or anything. There's no indications of voltage or current or power. I think there probably would have been, but there's nothing left. So we're flying blind a bit, but we can check the positive and negative lead to see if there's any voltage at all on the output. What do you think, Coco? Put your tongue on it. Maybe not. I doubt it would register. Even if it was working, I doubt it would pump out a lot of voltage on this sort of gloomy overcast day. There's nothing written on this panel here that I can see. So I think what we'll do for a start is just put the meter on the leads and see if there's anything registering. Okay, we're on DC voltage. To the best of my knowledge, solar panels put out DC. Which one's our negative? Well, that's got a red around it, and I think one of them said negative on one of the little stickers. So let's go negative in there, positive in here. Oh, we had a flicker. Now it's dropped back to nothing, or next to nothing. Okay, it should be putting out at least something. I'm guessing, I don't know, do these things put out 30 or 40 volts or something? But certainly, oh, we've even almost got a little bit of sun coming out now. It's just lightened up a bit, and we've got no voltage to speak of at all. Okay, now I did watch a YouTube video and it said to have a look in this little junction box at the back, and apparently there's some diodes in there that can cause problems. So let's take it into the workshop bench and have a look. My shed is certainly not set up to be working on solar panels at the moment, but we'll get there. So let's see if we can get in here. It looks like there's plastic clips, and underneath this little junction box cover, try not to break the clips off, as some diodes, one or two diodes. I'm not sure, I haven't looked under here yet, but I have done a little bit of checking online, and apparently they're bypass diodes. And what that means is that when you have a series of solar panels in a series, as in all wired together, linked together, if one, oh there we go, there's three large diodes. So when you have your panels linked together in a series or a string, if one of the panels happens to be in shade or has a fault, the bypass diodes allow the current to basically bypass the panel, as you'd expect. Rather than push the voltage and the current through all the panels, if one's in shade and not producing anything, it will have a resistance and it will cause a lack of productivity from your string of panels. So these bypass diodes allow the voltage from the other panels to bypass the one that's either faulty or in shade or not producing, and that's what these diodes do. So if the diodes are open circuit, the panel should still produce voltage. If the diodes have shorted or somehow have a lower resistance or conduct both ways, that will affect the output of this panel because it's directly across the output. So I guess we just need to test these diodes. If these diodes are fine, I don't know what could be wrong with the panel otherwise, so it's beyond my abilities, but these are easy to check, so let's get the meter out and see what we can find out. So if we put our meter around to diode check and see what happens. So I'll go across this one. We have a voltage of 175. And if we go back the other way, there's nothing. So that's good. That diode should conduct one way and not the other. So I think that one's okay. What's this one doing? We have a connection that way and not the other way. So it looks like these might be okay. And same with this one. Ah, no, this one conducts both ways. So I suspect that's a faulty diode. I guess we can remove them and test them properly. I don't know about testing them in circuit as such, but it looks to me like we have a faulty diode. So I better try and unsolder that. I think they're just soldered on. Okay, well, I've got Big Bertha on the job this morning. There's no way known we're going to get enough heat into this without a big soldering iron. So I might try and just melt a little bit on there first. I'm not sure what sort of solder they use. Hopefully it doesn't take too much heat to melt, because I don't want to melt the plastic case. Seems we're getting some heat in there now. Okay, that's peeled the bit of metal back that makes the contact. Looks like the diodes are actually twitched through the terminal too. That makes it a little bit tricky. Okay, that's got it. You need a fair bit of heat, that's for sure. Let's get this other side done. Okay, that comes off much easier with good heat. And we should be able to pull the diode straight out of there. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm assuming they're the same numbers. What I can read looks identical, and this one definitely had a different reading. We might put it in our little component tester and see what it says. But first, let's just check it on the meter again, now that it's out of circuit. And we definitely have conductivity that way. And now we don't, so that one might be okay. Which then leads me to think, well, maybe this panel had a problem. Okay, I'm going to take all the diodes out and we'll check them all. Now that the diodes are out, we really should check we probably should have checked this in the first place. Check the leads to make sure there's no fault actually just in the lead. How many times have we looked for complicated problems and it's ended up being a very simple connection somewhere? Okay, the leads are okay. So I'm getting a reading across this panel, or these tabs, both ways. That's why we had a reading on our diode both ways. It was actually going through the rest of the circuit. And I don't know if that's normal. It might be a fault in the actual panel, whereas we don't get the same on this one. We have no reading at all. Now that's still on diode check. Let's go to ohms. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't understand how these panels work, but we have a resistance, or we've got 5 kilo ohms that way, and we have about 1.2 kilo ohms that way. But on these other terminals, I have nothing either way. So maybe there's an open circuit on half of this panel, might be the problem. It's possible that our diodes are perfectly fine. Just for the fun of it, we'll put them on our little component tester and have a look. Okay, let's see what our little meter says for this diode. Testing, testing, testing. Come on. Taking, oh, okay, it says diode. UF 212 millivolt and a capacitance of 0. Okay, so that appears to be okay. What was that? 212 millivolt. Let's see what the next one does. The leads are very chunky. They're hard to get in this tester. How will this one go? Yes, much the same. Almost exactly the same. That says 213 millivolt. So that one's okay. Let's check the last one. And that one says 215 millivolt. So they're all good diodes. Okay, we have something seriously wrong in the panel. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. Basically, we didn't fix it. I have learnt a bit about solar panels. Hopefully you guys have. I've got 3 good diodes and I'm actually going to keep just in case I need one down the track. The panel I'm going to take out to the transfer station as e-waste. Scrapping wise, well, there is an aluminium frame around it, extruded aluminium. It's only going to be a $1 or $2 tops. I don't really want to risk breaking the glass, and I don't know what's in the panel itself. Any of you scrappers ever pulled apart a solar panel? I don't imagine there's going to be any copper in it. It's basically just going to be some sort of board with these voltaic cells. I don't want to break the glass. I'm just going to take the whole thing out to the transfer station as it is. But thanks for watching. Not everything's a success, but at least we gave it a go. It could have easily been a crook diode. We could have kept it in circulation. So at least we've tested that. It's clearly something more involved within the panel that's beyond, not only beyond my means, but probably just not viable. I don't know how old it is. It's probably 5 years old or so. Thanks for watching, guys. Another item out of my shed. Catch you next video. Bye for now.